So first of all, I first wanted to thank many people, especially in this room, especially all of the presenters and all of the participants here. Your attendance is personally very encouraging to us. We understand that many of you traveled from places as far as Hawaii and Virginia and Arizona and Seattle and so on and so forth. So we are deeply grateful for you making this a priority in your very busy lives and coming and sitting and listening, thoughtful questions, and providing your support, because without your support, this will definitely not get very far. So thank you very much. Also, a very special thanks to Alex Branover from AMD, who is on the call from Boston for the last 4 hours. All of us know how tiresome these virtual calls can be. So a special call out to Alex. And next thing is, I really do want all of you to know who have been the people behind the scenes, who have been working tirelessly on a week-to-week basis. So, of course, our person who got us all together, Manoj. If it were not for Manoj, we would not come together. Rekha from Samsung Research. Reddy from Intel. And Dennis. We started on this journey about 6 months ago. I think it was March timeframe when Manoj got the team together, and pretty much under Manoj's leadership, the team has worked pretty much every week for the last 6 to 7 months, despite having full-day jobs somewhere else. So, thanks to this team, because I do find it personally myself very encouraging. The key thing that we wanted to request out of many of you is that as you saw Manoj's vision today morning, and then we have another person on our team who's probably not here, is Cliff Grossner. He's a key, he has been key to us in orchestrating the larger industry ecosystem along with the OCP ecosystem, which is a pretty complex ecosystem. So wanted to call out Cliff as well. Now what we want to do is, as Manoj outlined in the morning today in his keynote, we think there is really, it is just not about defining a CXL spec and then aligning to a CXL spec. This actually requires a full end-to-end approach. And we need to come together as a community, which includes application plane, which includes infrastructure plane, which includes the CPU as well as the device side. And our request to you is that we would like your participation, right? All of us, Manoj, Rekha, Reddy, myself, every one of us will be reaching out to you for your participation. And first, number one, we have some idea of what we need to deliver, but we would really like your feedback in sharpening up our thoughts on what we need to deliver. That's number one, in the next 6 months and in the next 1 year. Number two, we have some thoughts on what are the critical initiatives to pursue and how to organize ourselves. But we do know that this thing will not happen without your support and participation. So have a discussion on what do we think are the critical initiatives and the working groups to prioritize. And number three is, how do we make sure that we are able to build enough benchmarking use cases and architectures to establish a framework for the ecosystem to thrive, right? Correct? That is the desire and the hope. Because many of the key players in the ecosystem are vertically integrated, right? But as Renu said, there is a very large ecosystem that is also enterprise driven, and we need to have a framework for all of us to be able to do developments as well, right? So I think these are the three major objectives where we need your input. There was a lot of information that was presented today, and I always tend to think better 24 hours later and 72 hours later. So we need time to digest all the information, turn it around in our head. And what we are proposing is that we'll come together again in the month of December. December is always a good month. The holidays are around the corner. People are decompressing just a little bit, except for those people who have to deal with the Christmas shopping rush. My sympathies are with you. And we'll get together for a 1 hour, 1.5 hour structured meeting where we can solicit your input and your feedback on these 3 initiatives, and then we can make sure that we have as strong as the previous 6 months were, we can have even a stronger next 6 months and continue to build this community. Manoj is already working on some additional initiatives, tangible initiatives, and hopefully they will bear fruit. We are aligning our companies also to chip in, and so that way we can make sure that we are actually building infrastructure to create CXL infrastructure, right? Correct. And that is the hope. And that is so. Thank you again very much. Just wanted to leave that thought in your mind, and hope to see you again. And it's great. Somebody said it's just so great to attend a meeting finally in person. Let's hope it continues that way. Thank you, everyone.